So here we are, we have now done the other side. Eventually I got it right. I'm putting screws on wrong sides and right sides and reverse sides. But it's on now. It's on now. Just see, there is still one little... See that? See that there? There's a little nut which is missing here, so I need to put that on. But once I've done that, I will move on to the following. Let's scroll down to this picture here, where we'll put together the rear part here, which is always eludes me, and which puts the gears of the shaft onto the wheels. Can you believe it? That is, can't remember what it's called. Anyway, I will put that on, and once I've done that, let you can see the whole picture here. Here we go. Right, I'll put that together, and put that together. Just a drive shaft tunnel. Then go down and put that on here, the rear leaf springs, which I have actually put the screws in already, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I've done that already because I thought these were the front leaf springs. Here we are. And glue all of this together. And once I've done all of this together, we will start again and put this on, and once again I will show you one side, and then I will do the other side. And once we have done all of that together, we can then start fixing stuff to the frame. Then we can decide what are we going to paint first, last, when do we prime, that kind of stuff. I'm tending to put everything together before I prime it, given the fact that if I look at the original, obviously there's no colored original from the time, but if I look at the original, it seems to be all red, all painted red. They didn't do, I mean, in those days they hand painted, brush painted, so they just painted everything red. So I will do the same. But as I say, next step, we do the differential. Here we go, got it. We put the differential together, drive shaft tunnel, and rear suspension. As far as this is concerned, there will be actually some screwing involved, so maybe I'll just pop in quickly so you can see me screw these little screws in and screw that together. And once we have done that and glued all of that together, these parts I actually have done already, then we will wait for it to dry. In the meantime, we will get these together and work it from there. All right, so I'll see you in a bit. Right, so here we are. We are now coming to the point where we are getting these things connected to these things. In other words, the leaf springs connected to the plus member right over here. So let's get away with the let's maybe make some space here so you can concentrate on the stuff. So what I have here, what is really important for you to do is, well, obviously the right screws. They're 4.7 millimeters, but they tell you which screws to use, so that's no problem. Then you have these. I'm telling you all of this, but you can't see what I'm actually doing. Isn't that fantastic? Here we go. Right. You have the screws which you searched out. You need 4 of those. Then these parts you need to have, which is 36A. Now these 36A parts need to go in here because they will be secured with the screws. So they fit very tightly in here. Actually very tightly. So you need to clean them out very, very thoroughly, and maybe even thin them out in order to make sure that this fits exactly the way. Yeah, you got it. Right. That you do on both sides. Then you take your leaf springs, and that is very simple. That just fits in here to make sure it's more or less straight. Straight. Just straight. More or less is not quite good enough. Right, let's try that, shall we? Put a bit of glue in here. There we go. Very slowly down, not close enough and you can't see, but I guess your screen will be a lot bigger than the screen here on my OBS. So, right, put that in with a little bit of glue. Then we put these things in, which we have very, very nicely filed to size. Here we go. Now it's in. And actually makes damn sure that your leaf springs are at the right spot. Let's do the same on the other side. Just a wee bit of glue here. Then we do put that in, and we put that in. Right, make sure it is all in there the way it should be. If it's not quite in there, don't be afraid to take a bit of force, not too much of course, I know, I know always, but just maybe a little pliers and just make sure it's all the way down. Here we go, here we go, here we go, and here we go. Just ever so slightly. Now I need my eyes, and we put the screws in. The screws go in from that side. It says so. Let's do it from that side. Let's get my first screw. We probably should use pliers, not pliers, tweezers, and hope that we don't shoot those screws all over the hut here. Yeah, seems to be in. Now the screwdriver, which I just had. Here we go, this in here. Now you will see I'm a bit of a jittery guy. It comes with age or medication or what it is, but anyway. So, but what I'm saying is if I can do it, you can do it. That's basically what it boils down to. Sometimes it's just a bit of patience which is needed. Otherwise, it's also not a problem. Just to take the drill and drill, not all the way through, mind you, because you want that screw to grip at the back here. See, there's a little housing where the screw should catch, but just here at the beginning, give it a little bit of an opening so your screws goes in easier. And you don't struggle as much as I'm doing, and I now really pop one away. Right, let's just take another one. We'll find this one. There we go, that looks a lot better. Screw it in, and you can feel it biting into the plastic. It's exactly what you want. There you go, it is secured. Just anyway, I'll search that on my own. You don't need to be part of that exercise. Again, we just screw it up a little bit more. Where is that coming from? Anyway, Let's rather not lose it. We might use it later on. So we have drilled that up a little bit. We take our next screw. And we put it eventually in here. I'm sure we will. Here we go. Now the screwdriver. And she is in and tight. That's what she said. Right. Anyway, so, and I will find the other screw and put that in as well. So that gives you an idea. So that's how you install these leaf springs. And we're getting to the next step. As soon as I'm ready for it, I'll see you then. Right, little update. After some time rearranging my entire desk, looking on the floor, the torch trick and all these kind of stuff, I found the screw lodged in my t-shirt, and there she is. She's in, so all 4 screws are in. And we'll get going with the next step shortly. So here we go. We have now put these parts on. They are only glued on. I just glued them on. Try to get them more or less straight. Always a little bit hard. Anyway, there they are, as straight as I could get them. If you're wondering where they are on the instruction sheet, that's these 2 parts. Very important, these parts, because this is where eventually the dampeners will be attached to. So in other words, I can't do anything on that any further until that has been set properly. Right, so I will give it another drop of glue to make sure it's really welded together, and then in a couple of hours I'll get back to it. So here we are. So that's what we're going to do. Let me just get that on. Here we go. So we are going to take these here. Let's zoom this out a little bit. That was included here. There you go. So we're going to go put these things on here, here. I have prepared them. They are right over here. Look exactly the same like the ones which we used at the front. Jeez. And I had no parts left. Very, very happy with that. I have 4 screws and 4 nuts right over here. Yes, there are nuts in there. Extremely small. There they are. There we go. Oh no, don't tell me I've dropped it. Lost it now. As if you don't know what found it. As if you don't know what nuts look like. Anyway, right. So what is happening here? This must not go in like this, according to the instructions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my little drill here and gonna just make sure that hole is drilled enough. Apparently it must go through, the screw must go through from that side, and then the nut must go through from the other side. So let's give that a shot. always drop it from the trees. I mean, how do I do that? Now it really appears to have been gone. Now here it is. I wonder if I take it with the big tree, it will be more successful. Probably not, because I can't get in here with the big tree. I'm not going to touch this one. A little bit. Stop laughing. How did I get it from there? Here we go. So, straight. And we just turn it a little bit. Come on. Just a little bit. And that is where I would leave my little spanner. So I don't have. Do I have it? Found it. Right, let's see if that does. Not sure. This one doesn't even go in here. So, yeah, still moving. Maybe we should try something else. Try the screwdriver from the other side. Maybe that will do it. So I'm now, which you can't see, right up in the air. Try the screwdriver in from the other side. So, but I can see the nut better from here. I might be able to do it in. I think I've done it. I think I've done it. Wow, if this is what's going to happen on all four of these, this will be an exercise and a half. Turning with that for nothing. Yeah, that should be it. Shouldn't be coming out anymore. Right, now we try the same thing on the other side. God help us. Right, again we did do a bit of a enlarging of the holes here. Here we go. That should be it. Not perfect, but it's there. Right. So here I have them all on. And I'm kind of, I showed Stella, and there's one of these nuts was nearly again coming off. So I'm getting the impression it's probably is the best just to put a slight drop of super glue there where the nuts are, so make sure the nuts don't just come off, because once they're off, you're not gonna find them again. Just a little blob over here, and that should do the trick. Right. Anyway, I'll meet you later with the next step.